Well, hello, it's MrsNuttsOfAnarchy. It is a, I won't say warm day, but the sun is shining. So we are going to get out here in Tulsa and we are going to ride. Today I'm going to kind of go over my 2019 FatBob and give you a breakdown of what we've done to it, what we're thinking of doing to it, and then take a little ride and why I think more women should ride FatBobs. They are just so much fun. And so let's take a look. Here we go. Start up front. The bike is the color of this bike is a scorched orange with the denim black. I put the HD pack on the front here, which is a super handy little thing. It holds your phone. It's got 2 zippers. The touch screen works through your phone, which is even more cool. We changed out my levers because being a girl, I have small hands. So it was really hard for me to pull my clutch a lot of times, and I have sore fingers. So we've got these adjustable levers by Oberon. They've been super handy, literally. We've not changed out my grips yet. Thinking of doing the heated grips, the airflow. They were what we have on all our other bikes. So probably just for consistency, that's what I'll end up doing. Just haven't decided yet. Mirrors, same thing. I've got the step-up Saddleman seat, and I really like that. However, it's kind of narrow, and it sets you up about 2 inches, and I'm already a little bit short for this bike. So I'm looking at the Saddleman Renegade Solo seat, because I guess it sets you down about 2 more inches. So I'm considering that. We changed out my pegs, my shifter, and my front peg, and my brake pedal, and my other peg for the HD Dominion collection with the little orange tips just for a little flare. This changing of the brake pedal is huge on this bike. The brake pedal was probably my biggest complaint on the FatBob. I think it's a lot of people's big complaint on the FatBob. It's almost like non-existent, although you do have the front dual disc front brakes, so you don't use your rear brake quite so much. However, the brake pedal was just kind of ridiculous, non-existent really. S&S Stealth Air Cleaner with the teardrop kind of old school look. I like that. It still puts my leg in a little bit of a wide position, so it's not my favorite. There's a couple other covers they just came out with that I might change to. Looking into that. Also, I've got the D&D Bobcat exhaust, which I love. I love the sound of when I turn it on here in a few minutes for you. You'll get to hear that. It's fantastic. I've got the underlever lights by Heinz Bikes on both sides there. And then on the rear, we've got the Heinz Bikes winglets, which are super cool. I'll turn those on and give you kind of a view of how they work. And then we did the relocation kit for my license plate by Cycle Visions. The kit is by Cycle Visions. The plate frame itself is by Custom Dynamics. That's kind of the basics of what we've done right now. It's the 114 2019 FatBob. That's about it at the moment. So let's I'll get on it, start it up for you, and show you how my blinkers work, and then we'll go for a ride. All right, let's start it up. Look at this bag here. It's got zippers up front. That's where I put extra gloves. It's got, like I said, it's got the phone holder, which generally with my other gloves, it would be working, but it's not currently for some reason. Let's see which finger works. Nope. Sorry. It's not going to work today. Oh, wait. Never mind. Anyways, it's all good. All right. Let's get going here. We're warmed up, ready to ride. It's like 55 today. Not totally toasty, but the sun is shining, so we're gonna go from there. So, FatBob. Love the FatBob. When we thought about getting me a kind of a around town bike, I had never thought about the FatBob, and then some reason we went into the dealership and we're like, FatBob, let me take that bad boy out. I hadn't ridden one ever, not even at a demo days, I don't think, because it was always too tall for me. As soon as I came home from my riding academy class in July, that's when he still owned his FatBob, and so I thought, oh, I could ride a FatBob. I'm sure I could do it. Let me get on and see if I could do it. We took me to a parking lot. I got on it and was like, nope, can't do it. I don't know why I couldn't do it. It was too tall for me at the time. It just was not, I was not confident to do it right after my class. And so I kind of gave up on ever trying. And then the next month, he traded it in for his breakout. So I never really thought about or considered the FatBob for myself until, I don't know why we talked about it or looked at it, but he's like, oh, you should think about a FatBob, my husband. And I was like, okay, I'll think about a FatBob. And then they said, oh, go take it for a ride. So I'm like, all right, I'll take it for a ride. And I'm so glad I did, because I love this bike. It's just, I can't say enough good things about it, really. It's so much fun to ride. It's so light. It's so nimble. It's got so much power when you want it. I really like everything about it. The forward, the foot position is a little bit forward. That's probably not my favorite thing. In fact, if I had something to complain about, that probably would be my one complaint. Just because I'm short, not for any other reason. But what are you gonna do? Short legs, it happens. So I like it. I've ridden it now for the last, 6 months close to it, I think. And there's just, I love everything about it. I can put my nephew on the back of it and we can ride anywhere, and I can, no struggles at all. It's not heavy. It's not top heavy. It's so well balanced. It's super nimble. I can move through traffic without any, hesitation at all. And I just think that I think it's a great bike for anybody. I think that women, if you go out and I don't know if women think it's not for them or not. You don't see that many women riding it. The couple that I've seen and talked to recently on Facebook and whatnot have just rave about it, kind of like I do. Like, you just don't think it's a bike. We don't consider it as a bike for women, really. I don't think Harley does. I don't think that they consider any bike a woman's bike besides, I don't know that they consider any bike a woman's bike or a man's bike, possibly. But I don't think that a lot of women think of the FatBob in general. And I think if you go ride it, you'll figure out it's just one of the most fun bikes they make. After riding the Livewire, that would probably be the only bike I would consider trading this bike in for, because I loved the Livewire. I loved everything about the Livewire, aside from the fact it doesn't make an engine sound like a Harley, but I would give that up for all the other features of a Livewire. But other than that, to me, this bike just encompasses everything that I love about Harleys. Yeah, I think since they redid the release of the Softail frame, I think that there's, the FatBob in general, but I think all of their Softails, they fit women. They're just so sleek. The frame is so nice, and I think that where we are led to and lean towards the Sportsters, Softails are really actually made more for us. They're a lower center of gravity. They're not so top heavy. And I think we forget that because sometimes we think, oh, it's too big a bike for me to start out. I want to start with something light and easy. But really, a Sportster is going to be a much more difficult bike to handle and maneuver because it's so top heavy. But yeah, the Softails just have such a low center of gravity. I think their frames are narrow. I think the seats sit down, you know, for you to sit kind of low so you have good reach to the ground as a shorter person. They're just such a smooth, comfortable ride. There's just, I cannot say enough good things about every Softail I've ridden. Put a bow on this for this ride and this video today. The more I rode and the more involved in the world of motorcycling I got, the more I loved it. And then I've just developed this incredible passion for it. And I'm sure that part of that is my husband, because he has such a passion for it. And we love doing it together. We have headsets. We talk constantly. We have some of our best conversations out here on the road. He's constantly thinking of things to mods and things like that to upgrade our bikes and add stuff to it. We probably spend way too much money, as does everybody who owns a motorcycle. But we love it. And I think he was invaluable in my first year of riding, for sure. He still is, in all honesty, because he still gives me, you know, he rides behind me. He rides to keep me safe in my own right, and have a husband who's super supportive. To have a riding partner that's super supportive it's empowering all in itself. You know, I can't say enough good things about motorcycling, especially for women. I don't think that there's any reason, if you have any desire at all to want to be on riding your own ride, there's just no reason not to. You know, the classes are so made for anybody to get on a bike that has the, you know, that little bit of confidence to do it. I mean, obviously you got to have some balance, but you know, all those things, you can learn everything you need to. That's what the basic rider course does. And you can go from zero to riding a bike in a weekend, and that is incredible. And I think if you lack anything in self-esteem or any of those things, I think that if you could master this, and not necessarily master it, but if you could get on and do it, it would just boost your confidence 110%. There's just nothing feels better than getting on a motorcycle and knowing that you can ride it. And I think that's incredible. And I think more women want to feel this way and should. So, to wrap it up, real bitches don't ride, bitch. And we should all be doing it. We love it. Oh, and let me just share this last tidbit with you. Over the weekend, we were at Pig Trail Harley-Davidson in Rogers, Arkansas. And I found this fancy FXRG jacket. It's the women's version. My husband has had the men's version for almost a year now, I think. And I've been so jealous because he's always so warm and I'm always so cold. And I have a leather jacket, but it doesn't do half of what it needs to do to ride in the winter here. So I got this bad boy, a $625 jacket on sale for $250. And I am just for it, over the moon. It's super comfy. It's so heavy. It's got, it'll be great. He loves his in the winter. He loves his in the summer because it's got great ventilation. I'm super excited for it. And I think it looks awesome. And now we're matching. So now not only do we have scorched orange matching bikes, but we have fancy matching jackets because we're adorable. All right, y'all. Peace out.